Hola. Hey, oi. So, we finished our episode yesterday, but a bunch of more interesting stories came out, like, literally right after. Like, literally, this hasn't been 24 hours yet. And shit's are, like, a bunch of shit that we didn't find during the show came out. So, we're gonna cover that real quick. Just add a little, what is the word? Little addendum to the episode, little extra bit. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
And I'm just playing a
sure.
little Among Us. So, Jeffrey Tubin took his tube out during work.
That
Did you you hear about that?
was nice. Yeah, I didn't hear about it until like now.
Yeah, until just now. Yeah, so this is do you know what his? Can you find his position at CNN? Basically, what this fool did was he. Oh, there's a little pumpkin. Nice. He's in a meeting. Oh shit! Talking about the. They're doing like a simulation of the election, and instead of discussing the proper terms or whatever, he he thinks he mutes his microphone and his camera, which I don't think you mute your camera, but that's what he said. And
He was a writer for the New York Magazine and CNN's chief legal analyst. Chief.
yeah, definitely don't think he is anymore. And he was suspended because during all of this, he walks away and comes back, I guess, completely naked, and yeah, had his cock and balls out and was stroking it.
You want to know what I'm like most interested in this story about?
The length of his penis.
No, I imagine. Okay, imagine you're in his position, right? You come back, you think your camera's off, your mic's muted, right?
Yeah.
You sit down, you start doing that, and you're looking at a Zoom call still, and then you see everyone's faces just like eyes go wide and shit. Everyone like simultaneously, and then imagine him in that fucking moment realizing that his camera is on.
No, yeah,
Like,
one is got to be
oh my
absolutely
god.
mortifying. Two, I'm never gonna be in that position because you and me and Cash are never gonna be doing a Discord call or something, and I'm just gonna whip out my dick, and I'm never gonna like no matter what job I'm doing, whether
That's
it's
what I said. Imagine.
yeah, exactly. I gotta really try. I gotta really work hard to
Yeah.
imagine. I knew
Most
I just
jobs,
got
it isn't
murdered, by the
appropriate
way.
to do that. Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did just get
Yeah.
murdered, but
I would
I knew
say
the guy was gonna
most
murder me.
jobs, not all, but most jobs, it's not appropriate to whip your dick out on.
So yeah, I'm never gonna be in that position where I feel the need to whip my dick out and start jerking off while I'm supposed to be talking about. I mean, to be fair, talking about a simulated election probably would be pretty boring, but I don't think that justifies it. And he was suspended. I'm pretty sure he got fired, which I can't really like. Is there more of a fireable offense than with like jerking off during a meeting? Like,
I
could you
imagine
do
this.
something worse during a meeting other than like
I
literally
imagine
killing
that's up
someone
there.
or like
Yeah.
committing a crime live in front of people? Like, I don't know, but yeah. So what a fucking fool you are, Jeffrey Tubin. Your entire fucking legacy, from years from now, will be known as the guy who got naked and jerked off in front of his coworkers, and that's what you're gonna be known for. Your entire not life, the rest of your not
Just
life.
imagine, dude. If this pandemic happens, he likely wouldn't have done that
Yeah.
ever in his life.
Yeah, it's like I hope it was a
Like
good
if
one.
they were actually in like a business room, sitting around a oval table, looking at like fucking a PowerPoint or something,
Yeah.
I imagine he wouldn't do that.
I just hope he got to finish. That's all I hope. At least if he's gonna lose his job and become a joke for literally longer than his life, I think that should at least be
Here, let
punished.
me look up if he finished.
Oh yeah, does it need me to back it up for you, or
Oh no,
can
I'm
you see?
looking it up.
Oh, okay, you're
On
just
my
looking it up. Just did the guy jerk off to completion? I know the people reacted in shock and horror, which is fair enough. Oh, apparently he's also CNN's chief legal analyst.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
He's a writer reporter for the New York Times. Well, New York
yeah.
Times or
No,
something
yeah.
like that.
No, you
And
were
he's
right.
also the chief legal analyst for CNN.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess it went down. What the hell? College. The next was screaming at their screen in absolute disgust. What the hell is Jeff doing?
This is a post from like 2, 3 days ago. A
Yeah.
spokesperson for CNN said Jeff Toobin has asked for some time off while he deals with a personal issue, which we have granted. So is that?
Yeah, I'm just reading. Here's the thing. I don't care if Jeff Toobin has demons. I don't care if he's a weirdo or a pervert. I don't care if he fondles himself 20 times a day while wearing a sun hat and listening to Mozart. What I care
I
about
thought.
is his
Oh,
brain
okay.
and analytic skills. He made an embarrassingly stupid mistake. Let's leave it at that and get on to saving America. Well, I'm
That's
sorry,
fair.
but this guy clearly I don't want to help me save America because I don't think he's got the answers. If this is the type of
Are
shit
you
he's doing.
interested in saving America, Noah?
Uh, I think
I
we're
think you're more interested in just laughing at this dude. Honestly, I
yeah. I'm
think
more interested in just watching it burn at this point. I don't think there's much saving
I
that
don't
can
want it
happen.
to burn,
I said
but
I didn't say I wanted it to burn. I said I'm interested
you're
in watching.
interested in it.
Yeah, I am interested in it. It's an interest. Hey, you think you're just a cool guy who doesn't look at explosions there, fucking Jake, fucking.
Okay, here's what
Everybody
I
wants
say.
to watch the
It's
freak show. Okay, come on.
it's interesting to see during that 4 year period where Mr. Certain person, he who shall not be named, was in office and nothing could be done about it, right?
Yeah,
So it might as well watch the wildfire, right? But
yeah.
now that there's something that can happen, I'm kind of more interested in seeing it happen differently in the next 4 years. I
But
want to see a different outcome.
I don't think it. I think it's kind of a downward spiral that's happening. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's just going to suddenly spike up. I think there's got to be a lot of progress to be made. That's just not going to happen. So, but I think like no matter what, it's going to get worse. No matter who's in. But we're not
Well,
getting to that
it's
yet.
going to still, yeah, but that's like it's lag, bro, right? It's just some lag.
Yeah.
Need time to catch up.
Okay. um. Yeah. So, motherfucking.
Fatwa? What's fatwa?
Uh, France had a huge fucking story happen recently. It's also kind of ironic because we just talked about some controversial cartoons that came out in France, how they were going to be republishing the Charlie Hebdo things. Um, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So so basically, France has a huge Muslim population, or at least a quite sizable Muslim population, who are lower income and yeah, all yada yada. But really got to worry. But
a 2017 Pew Research report estimates the Muslim population of France to be 5,760,999, or 8.8% of the total population. That's a lot.
yeah, so it's a sizable chunk, and they're not just like these type of fuckers who just don't give a shit. Like when at least like they're not like Christians in America who like say they're Christian and then wear polyester, eat lobster, and fucking cheat on their wife or whatever, where they just like do all this like shit that's like actively,
More like Catholics.
yeah,
Catholics are
they
the
just
bad
don't
word.
they just don't pay attention to the Bible or the writings at all. Which hey, I don't care.
Yeah.
But in France, I guess they have a much more was conservative type of Muslim who's like very like there's been a few terrorist attacks there, at least two that I'm aware of, that are like huge ones, like that have been huge stories. One was obviously Charlie Hebdo, and only recently they were thinking about fucking re showing those cartoons. But the this Mr. Patty was from Sorbonne University, and he basically he showed the Prophet Muhammad in class. Sorry, I'm looking at something. That was so easy. Cause all of these I hate. On just a side note, Among Us is garbage. I gotta say that. Not garbage, but
It's a party game.
yeah,
And you don't seem to be into that stuff anyways.
that's true. I'm not much of a yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Me and Brain played some Town of Salem back in the day now.
the Town of Salem I think probably would be fun, but I want to press that button, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna talk. They're just no, they'll kick me out. Never mind. But yeah, so basically, this guy he shows the Prophet Muhammad. Before he does that, he says any Muslim students. He didn't like. He wasn't like, yeah, get the fuck out. He wasn't like that. He's like, you may be offended. Please leave, because I don't want to offend your culture or whatever. So it's like, yeah, they got offended anyway. At least,
Okay, here's my question.
yeah,
So Allah is, God, right?
yeah,
Then translated to God in Christian or Catholic Bibles.
yeah,
Who's Muhammad in ours? Is it Jesus or is it
yeah. Except
like
Jesus is
Moses?
God's son. Muhammad is just the prophet.
Isn't there some prophets in Catholic though too that aren't Jesus?
Yeah, but it's like
So you say he's more like Jesus?
he's more like, yeah. They treat him like Jesus, but nobody is the son of Allah. There's no like
Got it.
son of Allah. Yeah, Jesus is just like, you know, I don't know, the whole idea of Jesus being God's son and we're all God's children. It's just kind of confusing. It's like, was it God's sperm or was it Joseph's or was it?
Religion is very confusing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would
All
be
religions
immaculate
to
conception,
ancient times,
obviously.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, to ancient times. I mean, just so confusing.
Yeah.
So many unanswered things. That's fine.
Yeah. So basically, they got offended that he did show it, even though he like acknowledged he's gonna do it. All this. Yeah, the issue is particularly sensitive in France because of the famous publishing of cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad by satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. A trial is currently underway over the killing of 12 people by Islamist extremists at the magazine's offices in 2015. So
How'd they kill them then? I didn't.
that was like a
At
mass
that
shooting
time.
in 2015. Yeah,
It
that's
was
like
shooting.
so
I
apparently
I knew that story.
Abdullah is understood to have be an 18-year-old Chechen born in Moscow who had been living in Normandy. Okay. He had no known links to either Maddie or the school. But Mr. Ricker said that the killer went to the school in Conflans St. Honorin and asked students to point out the teacher. The suspect followed Mr. Patty as he walked home from work. He then used a knife to attack the teacher before beheading him. So,
Wow.
witnesses are said to have heard the attacker shout, "Allahu Akbar," or "God is the greatest," or "God is greatest," I mean. When police responded to the scene and confronted him, he fired at them with an air gun. Officers returned fire, hitting him with 9 times. A 30-centimeter long, 12-inch
12 inch, yeah,
blade
full
was
long
found.
knife.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
a
yeah,
foot long knife.
he heard that he showed the kids the Prophet Muhammad, so he went over and stabbed and beheaded this guy.
When I say 12-inch blade, does that mean including the handle or just blade?
Just a blade.
Just blade. That's really long.
Oh yeah.
Is that even a knife at that point? That doesn't sound like a knife.
It sounds like a fucking machete, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, a fucking foot long. Damn.
He cut the fucker's head off because he did this, and it's like
Dang.
people are still. There's gonna be people who defend Islam, and I'm never going to defend any religion. Like here's what I'll do.
I don't care what religion. No extremist views are acceptable in today's Western society.
Exactly.
Like
that type of like you have to follow my religion's rules, even if you don't believe in any of it. I mean, I'm not saying maybe the guy, like obviously the guy wasn't Muslim, but I mean, I don't know what the guy's religious beliefs were, but I'm just saying obviously he wasn't Muslim, and like this psycho forcing him to adhere to it or die and lose your fucking head brutally is like.
Yeah.
It's not something that I can like. I want people to acknowledge how fucking evil that is instead of immediately being like, "Oh yeah, everybody's gonna go and attack Islam." Like, yeah, okay, Islam is bullshit. Not just Islam though. I believe it's all bullshit. And if you're Muslim or you're Christian or anything like that, and you believe in that, I'm sorry. Like, sorry that I might be offensive or whatever, but people shouldn't fucking have the right to just Well, I mean, obviously they don't have the right to just kill. He's being taken into custody, but these people who defend it, like, oh, everybody's gonna attack Muslims and Islam. It's like, yes, it is a religion in general is a fucking primal prehistoric fucking idea that should be gone by now, in my view. It's fucking caveman type shit that doesn't really benefit society in my worldview. And these people who think that you have to like, adhere to it or shit like this like deserves to happen to you and has to be, you know, enforced by the followers is just fucking ludicrous. And the people not attacking it and just immediately trying to make, you know, go, because that, yeah, there's gonna be racists. That's the thing, there's gonna be racists and fucking people who is like totally you know, ignorant, but that doesn't mean you can't say how fucking evil and fucked up this religion is. How fucking, if you read the text, it's like an extremely like hateful book. There's also lots of love, sure, just like Jesus, but I would also say the Bible is a pretty fucking hateful book in a lot of different ways. So it's like, yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't believe that Islam is the religion of peace or whatever the fuck people say, or love or whatever the fuck. I don't remember at this point, but yeah. Now I'm not gonna pretend like I've read the whole Quran or anything. I've read most of the Bible. I went to Catholic school and shit, but yeah. So I have a hard time with people not acknowledge what needs to be changed, instead of, you know, saying like we need to kind of get rid of these very extremist ideologies in society, and maybe you'll never get rid of it, but especially in France when this seems to be such a not
like
common, but like it seems to be a growing issue there. Yeah,
like places like Canada, like for example Canada, because you know I live here.
Yeah.
We're known for being very accepting of different lifestyles, different religions, right? We're not just like heavy Catholic or Christian based like the States is, you know, in God we trust. We're kind of accepting of a lot. We have a bunch of mosques around. We have a lot of different populations of different ethnicities and all that. We're generally accepting. Obviously, we have our own racism issues, but we're generally accepting of a lot of that stuff. I literally have a mosque like right across the street from me, and I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But
something you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But while I am accepting of all these religions and all that, certain parts of said religions, all sorts of religions, have some extremist tendencies from, you know, just from old times for some reason that were considered acceptable, which aren't acceptable in first world Western culture countries nowadays. Just we don't allow that. Like, not acceptable. If you really want to do that, go where it's acceptable. That's perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah.
If there's some like Middle Eastern country that completely supports that and that's just part of the way of living, what, so be it. Like, go live there. We're not accepting of extremists, what we would consider terrorists at that point, of any religion of any sort. If there was stuff in the Catholic Bible that was like, oh, if someone commits this sin, you are entitled to go and kill them yourself, or your God, you know?
Yeah.
That no, no. Like,
no, I think
not acceptable.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like that's caveman times, like you say.
Yeah, exactly. The another thing I would have to say, as much as I hate religion, or you know, maybe not hate, but is the wrong word, but
I would say it's the wrong word for your case.
yeah, well, no, I don't like. I definitely have a lot of resentment for religion, but sorry,
I kind of thought you like, and just from my view of like, you know, your personal standpoint, I always thought you hated religion, but don't necessarily hate the people that follow it. You know, it's not like, oh, I hate you just because you're religious, but kind of always felt like you did hate the religion itself as an idea. That's just what
I don't hate, like, I hate the idea of religion and the fact that people need to use it for stuff. I understand there are benefits to it, but I find the benefits are basically nothing that couldn't be, you know, rationally figured out in different way. Like,
yeah. But people argue that some of the reasons we have our moral values and beliefs that we have now, what we always consider, you know, just part of being a genuine human being outside of religion, stemmed from religious, you know, startings. Like maybe humans never would have considered, you know, just unjustly killing of other fucking humans being like a sin, before the
Yeah.
religion started like gathering us. It's like, don't do this, don't do that, don't steal. It's wrong.
Mm-hmm. This Ashley bitch is stupid. I just said he fucking. Oh, I guess he didn't go in the vent. Oh, maybe I'm the impot. No, it's not me. Oh well. I guess I just sabotaged everybody. I thought that white guy.
You're acting a little sus, Noah.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm a little sus. I just
A little
accidentally.
sus.
I thought I saw him
I
go
would
through
vote
the
you off.
vent. That's the thing. But yeah, basically, as much as I dislike religion and all that, they closed down the mosques, and I don't agree with that. I don't think. I think
Wait,
that's just gonna cause.
where? France?
Yeah, and at least in that area. And I don't think that's gonna really solve much other than cause more anger and distress in that community. So I think really they should be.
Yeah, that's kind of unfair for all the people that
Yeah.
don't follow the extremist views.
I don't think is like every person who listens to Islam is going to fucking do that type of shit. But
100% not.
I
That's just
think
like
that religion breeds hate the same way Christianity, Catholicism, all of these other religions breed hate, and there's going to be crazy people who latch onto that and do evil shit. And there's going to be powerful people who use it to their advantage to do evil shit. And it's just like, it's not something I fucking stand by at all. So
I agree. There are some religious people in the world that are like maybe some of the best fucking human beings themselves, like great people and all that, and aren't fucking judging at all. But obviously, there are some who, as always, in all cases, people take things too far.
yeah,
So, like way too far, not just taking things a little too far.
yeah, exactly. So
That's happened. That's reality. Hey,
wonderful Sacha Baron Cohen, fucking he totally fooled Rudy Giuliani. I love it too, because it's like Rudy Giuliani's already known as like a fucking total twat, right? A total dumbass for the most part. A lot of people see him as that. A lot of people don't know who he is because they're young like us. But I'm aware of him, and he's just. It's so like I would never imagine that he would actually get to be in a fucking Sacha Baron Cohen mockumentary, but he is, and
Galani called the police.
Sorry, yeah, he did. So
that's great. I wonder what he was calling them on.
So Rudy Giuliani is featured in a new mockumentary by comedian Sacha Baron Cohen in a scene which former New York mayor is shown with his hands down his pants. Yeah, so he went to the hotel room with Borat's daughter, who's actually 24, but in the movie she's pretending to be a 15-year-old. And but he wasn't aware of that. I'm not gonna pretend like he was aware of that. But yes, well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie to be honest, but I can't
it said it there.
I can't imagine. Well, what I mean is, I don't think he was aware that she was supposed to be 15 or 24. Like, I don't think he knew her age at all. So.
Yeah, it says it right there, though. Up to that point, there's no indication she is underage.
Okay. Like, oh, yeah. I didn't get to that point yet. But
yeah, I read it.
Well, I'm reading it to the audience, and they can't read
it. Yeah,
so.
I said I read that.
Okay.
I was going to say I read that earlier.
He thought he was going to be studied regarding Trump's election and COVID. But instead... he was asked upstairs. He asked for her phone number. He asked for her email or whatever. Like, what did he ask for? A bunch of random shit. And then he stuck his hands down his pants, laying on the bed. And then Sacha Baron Cohen, dressed up as Borat, ran in the movie, or ran in this shot, I should say, and fucking yelled. Is there an exact?
Oh, he asked for her phone number and address.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Wow, not email.
Like, can I get your address too? That's really weird. Like, have you ever asked for a girl's address? I mean, I know you haven't, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's something, like, I know I haven't either. That's not something you do, really.
Yeah, I've never even thought of asking for someone with address like that.
Like, unless
you had, like, hangout plans, It's like, okay, are you coming over? Sure, where do you live?
Yeah, it's just, like, immediately, where do you live? It's like, okay. I'm just randomly voting on all these people. Oh, wow, he immediately left the game. Whatever.
I mean, if you randomly vote on people, you're going to get kicked up. You're going to get voted out.
Yeah, people aren't going to like me. Well, fuck it.
No.
I'm literally not paying attention at all. I'm just walking around. and doing some shit. So, but yeah, so yeah, he burst in the room saying, "She's 15. She's only 15. She's too old for you." And yeah, so he got trolled hard, but he actually said that he knew it was Borat not long after he came in, so he didn't get him. But he totally got you, you fucking twat. You're on a bed
Why
with
would
your
you
hand
put your
in
hands in your pants
with your
then?
hand in your pants, thinking you're about to get laid. Just because you figured out you got fooled by Borat doesn't mean you didn't get fooled by Borat. Oh wow, I was like immediately murdered. What the hell? What the hell, man? But yeah, so just fucking absolute bullshit. Well, it's hilarious, but for him, like, to say that he didn't get got is completely stupid and ridiculous.
So Baron Cohen returns to his alter ego from Kazakhstan, and a plot involves trying to give his daughter as a gift to U.S. Vice President Mike Pence. What?
Yeah, that's the movie. That's the
I
movie.
did not.
That's the basis. The original movie was him trying to find and marry Pamela Anderson. He finally
Oh,
finds
Pamela
her.
Anderson Lee, the one with big fake tits.
Yeah. But he eventually found her and didn't tell her that he was actually an actor or anything. He just acted like a crazy fanboy, and she was all like, "Yeah, get the fuck away!" It was great. I love it. It's a great.
I wait. Have you ever seen like a reaction of her after the movie had like
No,
critical success?
I don't think he ever gave.
I'm
a fuck.
interested.
I don't think he ever like actually went and was like, "Yeah, it was actually me." I think he was just trying to fuck with her, and it was.
Oh no, I'm sure she found out afterwards.
Oh yeah, she 100%
That's why.
did.
That's why I'm wondering what her actual reaction was once
She
it
was probably
blew up.
interviewed about it, I'm sure. Well, we can find that up another time, definitely. That would be funny
Yeah.
to read.
Yeah, just curious. That's interesting.
But yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Oh fuck, his other movie Bruno. He who's the chick from American Idol? The drunk chick, Paula Deen, I think, or not Paula Deen. Abdul.
Yeah, Abdul.
Yeah.
Paula Abdul.
He got Paula Abdul to fucking what? Oh, he got Paula Abdul to sit on like Mexicans' backs as chairs. Like what happened was he got two like like these guys who are like obviously illegal immigrants just trying to get work, the type of guys who get paid like absolutely nothing to do like terrible work, and he got three of those guys. He had or no, I think he got four of them. He got fucking two to sit like on all fours so he could sit on one and she could sit on one, and he got another one to play as a table for like a coffee table for them, and she was like completely uncomfortable the whole time. But she did it. Like, she like a retard. She sat on this.
No, I'm really confused on how he even like confronted her without security, and she even like did anything involved with him. Like, how'd that happen?
Oh, there was security. I think they were just off camera, like they usually are. But it was just like he didn't do anything. He just said, "Oh yeah, have a seat," and he just pointed at the Mexican guy, and he was already sitting. So she just kind of did it for like 30 seconds, and then was like, "This is weird. I'm leaving." I was like, I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but it was You got to check out those movies, Jake. Is all I'm saying. But yeah,
I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, but yeah. So Giuliani, you're a fool, and yeah, that's really about it. I love it.
It's gonna blow up a lot more once the movie actually releases.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that scene. That's like definitely top shit. But
speaking of top tax rates.
Yeah, talk about yeah, exactly. Top tax rates.
Yeah, said it right there in the picture.
Fucking topping charts and shit. Motherfucking Curtis Jackson says, "I don't care if he doesn't like black people." I'm paraphrasing a bit. "I don't care if he doesn't like black people. I'm voting Trump, or I'm not voting Biden." Something along those lines. Basically, he's upset about the current tax deal that is being proposed by Biden, and is saying the rest of us are fucking crazy, even though we're not gonna have to deal with that fucking tax. That's 62%.
Yeah, he suggested that he doesn't want to be 20 cents, as a news agency reported.
Oh, okay.
I saw that they were talking about how he didn't want to be 20 cent as his response, and then he retweeted and said, "Yeah, I don't."
I mean, he'd probably be getting fucking lawyers that could find a way for him to not be paying a fuck ton anyway. But he'd still like this idea that like he's gonna go broke from paying this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. He'd be fine. He would live. This is for people who can lose that much and still be okay. The whole the entire reason he's voting for Trump and not Biden, from his words, is just because everybody who fucking has to pay or gets $400,000 a year. Sorry, Jesus, one second, I'm restarting that. So everybody who gets $400,000 a year basically is gonna have to pay 62% in taxes, and if
In California.
only in California too.
Yeah, 62 in New York City, 60 in New Jersey, and 58 in New York State.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's like all of these places also where only like super rich people live or super poor people live. So it's like it's only going to be affecting very rich people. So this idea that, oh yeah, and he calls everybody, all these commoners, crazy. No, you're fucking stupid. We're not crazy for wanting you to pay your fucking share, which plenty of people said and everything. But yeah, the whole idea that he's here's his exact quote. What the fuck? Vote for Trump. I'm out. Fuck New York. The Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. 60%, 62% are out of your fucking mind.
No, he says 62%. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's just mad at it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's like, no, not really. We need the whole idea of these, like, the rich are just getting richer is like been said forever, and now it's like to a ludicrous degree where it's like, no, they're getting fucking, what's the word past rich, basically, because the rich are now getting fucking,
I don't know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
it's just like it's getting to the point where it's like it's not
filthy
even like
rich.
most people can't even process through their head how much money is just being like kept away from the average people because these rich fucks want to sit on their giant fucking hills of money and do nothing with it.
I mean, there's been a lot of like graphs and stuff talking about if this much money from all these rich people was put into something, then like world poverty would be like solved.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like that's not even what I'm asking for, like that. I'm just asking for some fucking trust busting to break up these giant companies who have monopolies on the fucking markets and fucking, let, some competition roll into the fucking business. But no. Can't have that, can we? Because then, that might, take out of the people who already own the fucking world and country at this fucking point, which is always been the rich and always will be the rich. But I'm not asking for the rich to not exist. I'm asking for more, like, them to not be so goddamn rich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I know you kind of know what I'm saying, but
yeah,
I just gotta
I
work.
understand where you're going.
But yeah, so fuck you, 50 Cent. I'm not saying you really have a monopoly over anything, but I'm just saying you should pay what the fuck you owe. Oh shit. I gotta go really slow for this. So you'll see in the video. What the fuck?
Trader?
No, I'm not a trader. I have to keep swiping this card. There we go. I won. All right. So I think we're on our two last stories now. Before we get into the big victory, why don't we talk about Trump and Biden?
Different visions for healthcare.
Oh, is that? I wasn't really what I was going for specifically. I was just talking.
No, I mean that's just the title.
Yeah, no. I'm just talking about the debate in general that's going to be on tonight. Mostly, I was going to let you just go on about how like idiotic this whole process of the strategy of Trump. Fucking
yeah.
Whenever it's so obvious that Biden is like, really all you'd have to do is let Biden speak for an enough amount of time, and he'd say something either wrong, stupid, or just kind of sad because it's like it's broken English. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear him fuck up. If you let him talk enough, he'll fuck up. So just let him talk. Which now, ironically, they're gonna give him the chance to do with the whole mute power that the moderator's gonna have. But yeah. So this thought process of I'm gonna interrupt Biden because he's gonna be so much better than me is kind of like, I know that's probably not the reason why
that's definitely not in his mind. That's definitely not what's going on in his mind.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, this thought process, like, I don't understand the thought process because all he would have to do is let Biden fuck up and talk about pony soldiers and like,
Yeah, but Trump, like, uh, talking about Trump's strategy, it doesn't matter what his strategy is in his mind going into it. He's too narcissistic to let that go over him needing to interrupt. Being the center of attention. It's just, he straight up has a narcissism, like personality disorder. So he
Yeah.
needs to be the center of attention. Needs to talk louder than other people. Needs people to follow him. Like, he has an issue with it, regardless. Like, I didn't care if he became president. It's been evident in his entire career.
Yeah, no, it definitely has been his like
I've seen a
obsessive
lot of
standpoint.
stuff from him over the years, well before he was president, and he's just got an issue with it. It's just part of him,
Oh
which
yeah.
isn't good for a world leader. I'll say that,
No, not at
especially
all.
not
1 second, I'm threatening these people.
threatening.
Well, I'm saying the rivers will run red with their blood. So, fucking ignorant cock.
Yeah. So now we can move on to
The
what's
big,
happening tonight.
the last story of the night. It's a wonderful, wonderful fucking story. Fucking Purdue is paying their dues for this bull. Well, you know what? I don't. To be honest, I'm not gonna say they are fully paying their dues for how much they could be paying, but they are going out of business. They're at least fucking dissolving and becoming a new company or some bullshit. So just keep throwing wrenches at these fucking gears of this giant fucking monstrous company because it is a absolute. If a company could be a piece of, I think actually all companies are pieces of shit for the most part. No, there's got to be good ones.
What?
Well, I mean,
That's a very generalization. That's a
inherently a
very big
company,
generalization.
inherently a company for the most part is there to just make money. You know, like
Which doesn't necessarily mean stepping on others to do so, though.
no, but okay, major corporations anyway, definitely big pharma.
That,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot more common.
that's more specific, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'm a little too wild with my
Yeah, I wouldn't say the little family company that owns a restaurant down the street is out to get me.
I just kind of shoot shots out wildly sometimes, but
Yeah,
I mean
I get
big
it.
companies, big old companies I
Yeah,
work for and shit,
like
those type
like
of
Walmart
companies.
and shit, or
Yeah,
big like massive warehouse
big
manufacturers.
old Amazon, that fucking company,
Amazon, yeah.
that type of shit.
Fucking EB Games. That's a big one.
Yeah,
Is it EB Games?
I mean
Yeah,
EB
EB Games
Games.
is the bad one. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
I'm
is it
sure
GameStop?
it's probably. I think it's GameStop, but I think it's also
GameStop is
owned
it?
by a bigger company.
Yeah, but yeah, they bought them. So
they're all owned
like
by fucking conglomerates too. That's what I'm saying. Trust in, trust busting. That's the shit we need to be doing right now. Is breaking up Google, breaking up all these people who own every aspect of the market, and just fucking have some competition. I've never been alive during. At least I don't believe that I've been alive during any fucking trust busting. But this was shit back in like the fucking ancient old cowboy from motherfucking days when they fucking rode horses and shit. Like I don't actually know the exact history, obviously, of when these companies were busted and trusted and such. But yeah, definitely, I support that shit. I think that needs to be something that needs to be brought into the zeitgeist and talk about a lot more. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Purdue being forced to finally pay $8 billion in revenue, or maybe not revenue, $8 million for their hand in the opioid crisis, specifically with OxyContin. And
they're being forced to close down the company as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they're also being forced to close down, which is wonderful. What the fuck? Purdue offers as much as $12 billion to settle opioid suits.
Yeah, that's from a year ago.
But they only gave 8, and it wasn't even all right. Well, at least they're being forced to shut down. But yeah, so basically, the family owns at least just the family who owns it owns $13 billion. So the amount of money that goes through this fucking company has to be an insane amount of money. So to be honest, I'm not sure $8 billion really is enough, but it's being closed down. So how much can I really bitch, right? I definitely think the owners should be probably getting some out of their own pockets, but you got to take the wins as they come, right? So at least this fucking evil this is like, there's not much more evil companies than this. Like, this one's literally just taking advantage of people fucking addictions,
yeah,
shit, starting addictions, literally pushing pills onto people to get addicted. Like this whole, hey, it's
I
genius
mean,
to make
they're.
money,
I
but
mean,
it's
the
also
best way to
fucking
say
evil.
it is they're a legal drug dealer.
Oh yeah,
And like a bad one too, the one you see in movies. You know, the bad ones that keep feeding your addiction till you die
yeah.
of an overdose. Yeah, they're that, but they're legal.
So
That's exactly what that was.
I'm just in love with the fact they're paying $8 billion. I'm in love with the fact they're fucking getting shut down. I think this company, I think it's long overdue, Purdue, and yeah. So I'm not sure if it is enough because I don't know. Oh wait. Oh my fucking god. So the family took $10 billion from Purdue and put the money in family trust as the company faced legal challenges related to its role in the nation's opioid epidemic, according to court documents. Uh, so literally they took billions out of the company when they saw shit was happening, and they're like, all right, well, they're suing the company, so let's take billions of it out so they only have so much money to work with. Not saying like they couldn't be billed for more, but what I mean is they're definitely good. They're fine. The people who got sued and shit, they're not going to be able to make any more money, but they already have billions of dollars. They don't need more money. They're just greedy fucks. But hey, at least fucking Oxy is fucking gonna be off the streets. At least mainstream Oxy. Like there might be some people trying to recreate it and shit or whatever, but the company who was pushing it to this ludicrous level and shit is gonna be gone. And we can at least be happy about that. I think the people who fucking were in charge of it should probably do some fucking jail time. But oh well. At least fucking the company's out of business. At least they are gonna be paying something, and it's not gonna be like a few $100 million. It's a few $billion.
A good chunk.
Yeah, so
And obviously, won't get back all the lives lost to the addiction that these people fed.
yeah,
But
exactly.
something.
It's something. It's something we can be happy about, and yeah, it's a happy note we can fucking end on, where maybe there more should have been done, but we got something, and in 2020, you have to take what you can fucking get at this point. So I'll take it happily for now, until I get upset about some fucking black guy getting murdered or some fucking earthquake in fucking swallowing California. But until then,
or another tornado.
Yeah, or another something fucking crazy, whatever.
A lot of those.
When Godzilla comes out of the fucking water because China is putting radioactive water into the.
It's probably going to happen.
Yeah, you watch.
I mean, we still got 2.5 more months. So
Oh no, let's not talk about the bad stuff. Let's be happy. There's a good one. We're gonna end on that note.
Okay.
It was a great, and yeah. Now to the outro, motherfucker. Whoever said the outro yesterday.